For the longest time that I've been shooting video, I've been shooting with natural light. And while that works perfectly fine for a lot of instances, a lot of the times it can be a real pain in the ass as well, because the light changes, clouds are rolling in, and the exposure just gets really, really tough to work with sometimes. So I reached out to Shuin and asked if they would want to collaborate on making some videos. And luckily they said yes. They're not paying me anything. They're not asking me to say anything. They simply just sent over 2 of these Molus X100s. These super cool, small, compact travel lights that simply are incredible. I've had them for about a week now and been playing around with them. They come with this detachable battery grip, and I'm gonna make a whole video on them another day if you want to see them. But today, what I've been doing so far is I've just been trying to play around with different light temperatures and kind of trying to create different moods with lighting. So right now we have a very harsh contrast. I'm actually using one of these cute little soft boxes that come with them. This is seriously the cutest things in the world. Look at this. They are quite small, but we're not going to put that on. We're going to use this one as a reflector on the wall in the background. We're going to create a little scene here with me sitting on this bed, reading on an e-reader. And what I want to create is one scene that is sunrise kind of feel, and another one that is more moonlight, dark kind of. It's going to require a little bit of color grading as well, I think. So ideally what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my camera here, the Canon R6, and I'm going to set the white balance manually. So for the moonlight scene, we're going to try at 2600 Kelvin, and for the morning sunlight scene, we're going to try with 4600 Kelvin, which should lie around the sunrise morning scene, and the other one making it cooler so we can get that kind of vibe. I'm going to show you the results, just kind of what I got around with grading, and we can make another tutorial another day on how to go about that. But let's get set up and see what we can do. What I'm trying to create here with my bad iPhone showing is the camera sitting up here, pointing at the bed over here. Then I want the light here to kind of be moved into over here and come in instead of the window up here. I'm going to close that down, get the light coming in from almost the same angle, and then I'm going to put the second light that we have here in the box that it came with here and just shine it up against the wall and create some balanced light here and create some more contrast. All right, so we have the light with the softbox on a box there because I don't have a light stand yet, and the other light lying down here casting a light up against the wall. One thing now to do is to set the white balance on my camera manually to about 4600 Kelvin now, and that's going to be the first shot, and then both lights are going to be set differently. All right, so the idea is now that both lights should be set to the same value. So I'm connecting with the app here, and we have the light coming in from the side here, and ideally what we want is connecting to the light here. The Kelvin is set on the camera to 4600. So what I want my lights to be is 3600. So I'm faking the camera to think that the lights are different. So now my light on my camera will think that this is warmer because the lights are set to 3600 and the camera is set to 4600. So if we do a test here, this is what it looks like. All right, now we're going to switch it up. Now the camera is set to 2600 Kelvin. Everything else is the exact same. I didn't play around with the lights at all. So this is what the scene would look like. All right, let's pull them into DaVinci and see how they compare. All right, I actually found this super interesting to work around with. So if we look at the cool shot, you can definitely see that it's cooler just from the raw Rec. 709 conversion. And then if you look at the warmer, you can definitely see the warmer here. Now, if we apply a little bit of contrast, exposure, and balance changes, this is what we get within a few seconds of color grading. And I think it's quite cool that with just a little bit of color temperature adjustments on the camera itself and the same temperature of light, we can just completely alter the mood. Now, of course, for the night scene, we'll probably dim down the exposure quite a bit more because moonlight is softer than sunlight is. But as it is supposed to be kind of like a morning scene, and none of this is perfect, it's just me experimenting a little bit. If we drop some music on it, this is kind of the feel and mood that it can give pretty quickly. So it was kind of just demonstration, both to show you that these lights are just super small and awesome, and I'll make a lot more videos on them. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And how you can just create some quick moods and changes with a few lights, or even just one light if you only had one, and some music. And that kind of just changes the whole mood and vibe within a few seconds. So I think that's pretty cool. And with that said, that was what I had for you today. So I'll catch you again tomorrow.